Okay, so we will understand the meaning of bad debts. Okay, however, we will understand it through the example. However, for definition purpose, you can write it. It is the amount which is non-collected by the business entity. Okay, let's say suppose there is Mr. A. Okay, who is a business owner and who is in dealing of electronic products. However, there is Mr. C. Okay, who is a trustworthy customer to Mr. A. Okay, so Mr. A transferred, or we can say sold some goods of $500. Now what happens? Mr. C said that I will pay you in later point in time. Okay, within 5 months. Okay. However, Mr. C is a trustworthy customer, but he is not able to pay $500 immediately. So he asked for 5 months time. So now what happens? Mr. A says that let's estimate that how much let's estimate that how much of the debtor's balance, okay, how much of the customer's balance is non-collectible during the current financial year. Okay, let's say suppose Mr. A generated for current financial year sales of for current financial year the credit sale. Okay, so this sale will be known as credit sale. A credit sale is a sale in which the customer pays the amount at a later point in time. So for current financial year, let's say suppose Mr. A has generated 10,000 of the sale. So Mr. A estimates, okay, that I will not be able to collect 10% of such amount. Okay, non-collectible percentage. Okay, non-collectible amount. So what's that percentage? This is 10 percentage of this amount. Okay, so this will be treated as allowance for bad debt. Why allowance for bad debt? Not the actual amount of bad debt, because this is not the actual amount of bad debt which has occurred. It is the allowance based on the estimation made by Mr. A. Okay, so that is why we are writing as allowance for bad debt. So let's say suppose we have created thousand as allowance for bad debt. Okay, however, in the previous financial year, so this is nine. This $1,000 will be for current financial year. However, for previous financial year, the debtors balance was okay. The allowance for bad debt balance is $500. And for current financial year, what are we having? We are having a $1,000 balance. So at the end of current financial year, we will pass an adjustment entry of $500 to add on to the balance. Okay, to add on to the balance of allowance for bad debt, because out of because we if we are working current financial year, so we should have a thousand balance, $1,000 balance for allowance for bad debt. However, we were only having $500 till last year. So now we have to pass an adjustment entry for $500. Okay, to show that our total balance for allowance for bad debt will be $1,000. So adjustment entry will be passed for only $500. That is the differential amount. Okay. Likewise, in the current case also, okay, as we have for the current financial year, we have balance of allowance for bad debt as for the current financial year, and for the previous financial year, how much we have? We have 26,000. 26,000 as the balance. So at the end of current financial year, how much we have to pass? We have to pass for $58,000. So adjustment entry will be passed for $58,000. Okay. So that that matches with choice B. Okay. So choice B is the correct answer. Okay. However, you can write onto your notebooks what I have written so far. However, choice B is the correct answer. Okay. That's all for our solution.